Sometimes you need dinner on the table faster than delivery. I've got you covered. Here are 5 delicious 15-minute dinners, and I'm setting a timer because I know you won't believe me. I'm starting with crispy pork and peanut noodles. Are you ready? Here we go. Go ahead and get your skillet heating and a pot of water on the stove to boil. I'm also gonna go ahead and make my sauce for the dish. This is just a little bit of peanut butter, hence the peanut noodle. Soy sauce, a little bit of chili garlic sauce. It's not that spicy, but you can adjust the spice level according to your family's taste. A little bit of ground ginger, just because it's faster than using fresh, and a tablespoon of brown sugar. So we've got it all going on. We've got a little sweet and salty, a little spicy, tangy. Got my skillet hot. Add in a little bit of oil just to help me get the crispies going, and then down with ground pork. I have loved using ground pork. It's super affordable and full of flavor. You want this to get good and crispy, hence the name crispy pork, but let it go. Meanwhile, we'll cook the noodles. Got my water boiling, and I'm using the ever so popular ramen without the season packet, just for the noodles. However many packets you think your family wants. I'm gonna go 2 or 3. And these only take about 3 minutes to boil. You want them to get into small pieces, and then when they cook in their own drippings, that's when they get good and crispy. And we are less than 6 minutes in. Now I'm gonna go drain my pasta. These little ramen packets sure do come in handy, especially for fast dinners. Noodles are cooked, the meat is cooked, and now we're waiting on it to get brown. And we have just over 5 minutes left on our timer. In goes some green onions. I'm also gonna add in some garlic. The fastest way to chop garlic, the garlic press. You can hear it start to pop. That's what we want. Let it do its thing, leave it alone. Now we're talking. All those little brown bits are pieces of crispy pork. Some of the crispy bits are sticking to the bottom, but they're about to lift up when we add the sauce. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in the noodles. A little more water. Got a minute and a half left. Woo. Add the rest of the green onions. Turn off the heat. 17 seconds to spare, baby. These smell so good. This is that something different you've been looking for. Little crispy bits of pork just kind of confettied throughout the whole thing. The noodles just kind of suck up that sauce. All the flavor is in every bite. I'm gonna finish with a little more green onion. Also some chopped peanuts just to highlight the peanutty goodness in here. And a squeeze of lime. Optional, but highly recommended. You can't tell me that's not faster and more delicious than delivery. And because that pork is in such little pieces, you get like the perfect amount in every bite. Right off the bat. You really only need to cook those ramen noodles for about 2 minutes because they're gonna finish cooking the minute they hit this pan. The amount of flavor is unbelievable. This is literally a 15 out of 10. This next dinner is a quick and easy chicken enchilada skillet, and it comes together thanks to some pantry staples. These make great shortcuts when you're trying to get dinner on the table in a hurry. We're gonna use some canned beans, some canned corn, shortcut sauces. You can do tomatillo sauce or enchilada sauce. And another excellent shortcut when it comes to quick dinners, pre-cooked rotisserie chicken, or if you're like me and you're cheap/frugal, you would have meal prepped and gone ahead and chopped your own chicken. So this recipe and a lot of recipes call for cooked, chopped chicken. Go ahead and do that one day when you've got more time. Your future self thanks you for that. Oh, and I need to start my timer. Here we go. I actually tested this one out last night on my family, and I did it in 13 minutes. You also want to go ahead and turn your broiler on your oven. So I'm gonna use an oven-proof skillet because we're gonna go straight from the stove to the oven for the last minute or 2. Just gonna get a little oil going in my pan. Add in my onion, and then I'm just gonna need to cook it for just like a minute or 2, just till it starts to soften. Everything's cooked when you're using canned beans, canned corn, cooked chicken. All of that is cooked. It's just a matter of heating it all the way through. Once everything's hot, onion's starting to soften, in goes our corn and beans. Let those go for about a minute. And you want to keep your heat pretty high on this. That way everything cooks fast. We only got 15 minutes. This is the meal you make when you're like, you get home from work. You've only got 15 minutes to get dinner on the table before you have to take one kid to soccer and then go to the choir concert. Real life. So next I'm going in with some pico. You can also just do salsa here. This is just going to add another layer of flavor by only using one ingredient. Just like about a 1/4 cup is all you need for flavor. Get that heated, and now the chicken. Now we just want this to get real hot. There's salt and acidity in the corn, in the beans, and in the salsa. So you can check to see if you need any salt at this point. For the record, we have just under 10 minutes left, so even if you have not already shredded your chicken, you still got time to do it. All right, now to turn this into enchiladas. Instead of tortillas, we're using tortilla chips, and we're using a store-bought enchilada sauce. Now that everything is heated through, here's what I do. I'm gonna take some chips. I'm just leaving my stove on so that it keeps heating and cooking through. I'm just gonna kind of break them up over the top. And this adds your salt too to the dish. Then I'm gonna pour over that enchilada sauce, a few more chips, just because that's what I wanna do. That's what I like. Some are crunchy and then some are soft. And then because we're saving time, pre-shredded cheese right on top. I mean, we still got 7 minutes left and it's only on take 2. Then we're just gonna move it to the oven to broil. Only takes 1 to 2 minutes till that cheese melts. Cheesy, crunchy, creamy, whole lot going on. This is your Taco Tuesday. You know I'm passionate about that. And then dinner's done. You can serve it with whatever toppings you like. I like some sour cream for this. Also, a little avocado maybe, some fresh cilantro. Looks good, huh? This one's probably the fastest of the day. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This is a really filling and hearty meal also. We've been done. So a little more of that pico, a little sour cream. This is gonna be a lot better for you than what you might get out at a restaurant. Quick and easy chicken enchilada skillet. It's got it all the perfect bites going on. We didn't even add a sprinkle of salt and there's so much flavor in here. This is a meal that just makes you feel good. The chicken is tender, everything is warmed through. Then you've got those cool, crunchy toppings. Perfect bite in a pan. And we did it in under 15 minutes. This dinner is gonna make all your people happy. We're only 15 minutes away from meatball subs. Meatball and all, because I'm doing smashed meatball subs. If you've been around for the past year or so, you know that when we smash anything, A, it's delicious, and B, it cooks in like 2 minutes. So we're gonna take the meatball, which is typically round in shape and takes longer than 15 minutes to cook, and we're gonna flatten it out and cook it in no time. This one's like magic. Maybe we call this magic meatball subs. So I'm going to make a meatball mixture the same way I would, for the most part, if I was making Sunday sauce. Finally chop up a little bit of onion. Oh, I gotta start my timer. Just a little bit of onion for flavor and moisture. And I'm going in with an egg, a little half and half, some grated parm. Ain't nobody got time to grate their own when we're making 15-minute meals. And some breadcrumbs. I like to get everything acquainted before I add the meat. Then I add my meat in. To the meat, I like to add in the seasonings. So I go with a little salt, pepper, and then I can go with fresh garlic, or I'll just do garlic powder. Then we mix. Now, I must admit, this is the first time I'm doing this. We are doing this together, but I just have faith it's gonna be delicious. All right, meatball mixture is made. Now for the fun part. Take your sub rolls, because it's meatball subs. We're not even quite 5 minutes in, we've got our meatball mixture made. And we're just going to spread our meatball mixture onto the bread. You wanna keep it thin, but you also want it to be a hearty amount so that it's a filling sandwich. Normally you'd have 4 meatballs or something on your sub. It's gonna cook through, don't worry. I'm also gonna serve this with a bag Caesar salad to really complete the meal, but also keep it within the time frame. Okay, so it's substantial. You can feel the amount of meat in there. This is gonna be hearty. And also go ahead and have your broiler on, because we are gonna finish these in the oven. You wanna get your skillet or your griddle pretty hot, because we wanna develop a little crust, and it's such a thin layer of meatball that it's going to cook through pretty quickly. Also get some pre-shredded mozzarella and store-bought marinara here. There's a time and a place, you know. This is that. All right, I'm going to add some oil, so again, it kind of helps develop the crust. Do we think it's gonna work? Place it down. This is smashed meatball subs, so smash it like a smash burger. See, we've still got time, so just let it do its thing, cook, walk away, let it get brown. All right, while these cook, I'm going to mix the salad. You know, I love these little bag salad shortcuts, but you also know that I only buy them when they're buy one, get one free. It's just how I roll. All right, and we've got about 4 minutes left. Let's take a little peek. Oh yeah, perfect. Gorgeous. A little sauce, shredded mozz. These are looking better than I thought they were gonna look. I feel like I'm on a cooking show. Under the broiler, what do we have? 2 minutes. That will not take 2 minutes. Did you think I couldn't do it? Did you ever doubt me? No, Nicole, we would never doubt you. Close her up. Never made meatballs this fast. That's a fun dinner, my friends. Hot, steamy, you see a layer of meatball, a good layer of cheese, saucy. The bread is like toasty on the outside, gooey and good on the inside. This is a dinner my son would love. Also kind of feel like it would be good if you put that Caesar salad directly onto the sandwich. Barely made it, but we did it. It can be done, but how do it taste? You won't believe it, but it tastes like a meatball sub. And I actually think this is quite genius because you know when you take a bite out of meatball subs, half the time the meatball rolls right on out. Not today. Did we just invent something? Fast, easy dinner and easiest way to eat a meatball sub. I think my job here is done. Now we're taking the humble canned bean and turning it into a complete dinner with Marry Me skillet beans. This is a meal that I crave because break out the crusty bread and the glass of white wine. Delicious. Oh, I keep forgetting to start the timer. You know me, pretty much every dinner I serve starts with some onion. It's just the best flavor base. What makes things Marry Me usually include the addition of sun-dried tomatoes and something really rich and creamy. So I'm also gonna be adding in heavy cream and some Parmesan cheese. So you can marry me anything, really. I'm just gonna take these sun-dried tomatoes and chop them up. They're also gonna look like a little confetti of color in these skillet beans. This one is maybe your grown-up dinner or your definitely not picky eater dinner. My son would look at this and be like, is that all we're having? Just beans? So for him, I'd probably serve this as a side dish alongside some chicken or something. All right, we're gonna start with extra virgin olive oil. That is also gonna add flavor here. This isn't a high or a long cook dish, so you want that extra virgin olive oil for flavor. Get that hot, and goes our onion. Get the onion going for about a minute. Add in a little salt. I'm also going in with some garlic. This is just one of those rustic meals. Love it. All right, then I'm also going in with the sun-dried tomatoes. Get them starting to soften up a little bit. Let that cook for about a minute till that garlic is good and fragrant. All right, now for the beans. I'm doing 3 cans because we actually love beans in my family. And I'm okay with leftovers here. A little crushed red pepper. Now we make it good and creamy. Little chicken stock, just enough to cover the bottom of the skillet. And again, to make it Marry Me, heavy cream. I'm gonna bring this to a simmer and let it thicken, and we still have plenty of time. A good 8 minutes or so left. All right, after it's come to a simmer, I'm gonna add in just like a tablespoon of tomato paste. This is going to add in a little bit of sweetness, cut through some of the richness, and it kind of makes that pretty pink color that we also know in a lot of Marry Me dishes. Final steps include stirring in some cheese. Check for the flavor. I'm telling you, you could add the rotisserie chicken here, but it doesn't need it. You don't miss the meat. Got the 2 meal essentials right here. Yum. Finishing with some fresh parsley and basil. You can do one or both. Doesn't this look like a warm hug in a pan? Yes, Nicole, it does. Also feel like I want to add a little hint of crushed red pepper. Marry Me beans is what's for dinner. A little more herb, sprinkle of cheese, and my favorite part, get you a good old scoop. I mean, you may not even need a fork or a spoon. There is so much flavor in this bowl. I know I say that all the time, but it just is. You can look at it and see. It is comforting, but those little bits of sun-dried tomato are just like, almost like sweet and juicy in there with that creamy, rich bean. And because it's your own bowl, you can double dip with your bread, you know? Y'all might think I'm making up how good this bowl of beans is, but I'm not. I think I got carried away with talking, and we only had 5 seconds left. But I do believe this one you can do in well under 15 minutes. For my final trick, we're cooking with fish because fish makes for the perfect 15-minute dinner. I'm doing quick and easy fish tacos. 15. I'm gonna season the fish. I'm just gonna use some pantry staples. This fish is pretty thick, so I'm gonna start it on the stove and finish it in the oven. You usually wanna figure about 10 minutes per inch thickness of fish. This is probably close to about 1.5 inches, so we're gonna be cutting it close to the 15 minutes, but we got it. A little onion and garlic powder, and a little chili powder and cumin, kind of that southwestern flair. Okay, I'm just gonna pat that in, and then we'll get it searing in the skillet. Into my hot pan. Don't touch it, let it cook. I'm also going to toast my tortillas. If you've got a gas stove, I love doing it this way, just to get a little char on it. Just kind of adds good flavor and a little toastiness. I just kind of throw them right over the burner. Get you some tongs. See, they already start to get a little color. And then you can just keep them wrapped in a damp paper towel to keep them warm. I have to be able to multitask sometimes to get these 15-minute meals done, you know? Okay, that's fast. Fish is ready to flip. Yep, releasing easily. That means it's ready. Beautiful. Now at this point, I'm gonna finish it in the oven. If we were doing it all in the oven, it would take probably that complete 15 or so minutes, but since we started on the stove, that kind of speeds it along. We have about 11 minutes left. We will hit the goal. All right, so I'm gonna make a slaw for the topping in case we haven't met. You know, I like different textures in the food. So this one's gonna be like cool and creamy. So I'm using some Greek yogurt. You could also just use sour cream here to kind of build our dressing. Now, what I love on fish tacos, I've been doing this forever, is chipotle. Just kind of gives you that smoky with the creamy. For this, you actually only need the sauce that comes in the chipotle can, the adobo sauce. It's got the heat and the flavor. And these last for a long time in the fridge, so you can just wrap it up and throw it in your chili or something else you're making later in the week. A little red wine vinegar, some salt. Okay, and then just to cut some of the tang, I like to add in just a little bit of olive oil. I think I'm gonna also grab some cilantro and throw that in. That way you don't have to have everything in separate bowls. This just makes it easier. Basically, the meal is complete and we have 6 minutes left. Got this one in the bag. Beautiful. Good flaky white fish. Any kind of flaky white fish is what you want to use for fish tacos. And then I just kind of like to break it up into chunks and it's ready to go. And we have a minute to spare. Just get a little sample. Joke's on you, timer. Grab you a couple tortillas and that beautiful fish. Some slaw. I mean, I'm just filling it up. A little bit of mango. You've got those warm spices in there. When you hit that sweet, like juicy fruit, and why not? We'll squeeze a lime. Get the cold beer ready. This is a good, light, summery meal also. And it was ready in 15 minutes. That's awesome. This is one of those meals that you think you can only get at restaurants or for special occasions, but I proved that it is fast enough to make on a busy weeknight. And so flavorful, perfect for these warmer months. You gotta try this one. 5 for 5 in 15 minutes. We have nailed it. And I had my proof right here. If you wanna see more recipes like this, let me know in the comments. In the meantime, head to the grocery store.